Kojo, so we were privileged enough to be allowed in right around 8 o'clock a.m. when MPs started taking their seats.
Okay.
In fact, there was a near scuffle right at
Yeah,
the
then let's
screening
do
gate
that.
when one NPP MP attempted to block the gate, and you see Jaja of Ayawa so North, they push him, and then he was like, "You can't push me, you can't push me." When all those NDP and NDC MPs entered, at the time we were at a loss as to what exactly was going to happen because both sides were carrying themselves as majority. And in fact, right on the floor, right now, I've been able to enter. That is exactly what is pertaining. The minority leader, Dr. Kassim Latufo, has taken over the majority leader's chair. And he's, of course, asking that he be referred to as the majority leader. Just ask Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who also insists he is the majority leader. We should say that given that the Supreme Court had stayed the verdict of the Speaker of Parliament, the Speaker would have to come in, I should say, and then provide a clear roadmap as to what exactly should happen. But if you come to the Chamber of Parliament right now, about 40 NPP MPs who already arrived have all taken the seat at the majority side because they say they are the majority. The 4 NPP MPs who are also around, Frank Anodompre, the Deputy Energy Minister, the Deputy Transport Minister, as well as the Deputy Majority Whip, Grisu, have also taken their seats in the majority side. So the minority pews on the floor of the House is empty because both sides are shoveling themselves and actually packing themselves into that one side that is the majority. But because there are more NDC MPs currently arriving, who have actually arrived in Parliament, most of them have already taken their seats, including their leader, Dr. Kassim Latufo, who is seated on the black chair, reserved for the majority leader because he says he's the majority sitting in that chair. Imran Olama Kofi-Boa, the deputy leader, is also seated at the majority side. Kwame Governor Sagoja is also there. Mahama Yariga, Dr. Dominic Ayini, all these top guns in the NDC side have all taken their seat in the majority side, just like they said they would do. And they are sharing that space with the NPP MPs, about 5 of them who've also arrived. So it is just seats. As more and more MPs come in, there are 275 seats here in Parliament. If all 275 MPs come in here this morning, they cannot all take the pews in the majority side because there are only 138 seats there. That you of the configuration of Parliament as we knew it before Thursday. But all of them have taken their seats. In fact, I've seen NDC MPs who've gone over to the minority side and taken their names from the name tag and sent it over to the majority side to the new chair that they are occupying. So initially, there was a big confrontation, but as they've gone in so far, there's been no confrontational seats. All of them have taken the seats where Frank Anodompre is seated on the chair that is normally reserved for, say, a minister who is not an MP who come in to answer questions near the majority leader's chair. He's seated there. Habib Grisu have also moved the black chair that is ordinarily reserved for the minority leader from the minority side. He has moved it to the majority side and sat on it because Dr. Kassim Latufo has sat on the black chair that is reserved for the majority leader. So all those 2 seats that are reserved for both the minority and majority leaders have ended up at the minority side, and all the MPs who have arrived so far numbering about 55, 50 on the NPP side, 50 on the NDC side, I should say, and about 5 on the NDC side have all packed themselves in the majority pews, and that is the state of play in Parliament currently.
Right.
All MPs arriving, not taking any other seats, but the majority side.
Tell me, have you had the chance to speak to any of these MPs? What are they saying about this development?
Well, we've done extensive interviews with MPs on both sides. We've spoken to the leadership on the minority side, the NDC side, and at this point, I just want to refer to them as the NDC caucus and MPP caucus up until the Speaker of Parliament takes a seat, and if he's so minded to resolve these differences and resolve these conflicts that is currently pertaining on the floor. So the NDC MPs that I've spoken to say that they are clear in their mind that they constitute the majority as we speak, and they are not going to give that up. They are towing the line that was taken by their leader, Dr. Kassim Latufo, when he spoke at that news conference on Sunday. They say that they are the majority. They are not going to allow anybody to take that away from them. They are going to follow their leadership. They are going to take the seat on the majority side. And so far, they have done that. The only part of their commentary that gives a bit of hope to the Ghanaian people there will be no conflict is that they've said that if the Speaker of Parliament comes in and communicates to them and say that my decision has been stayed and the status quo prevails, they will listen to the speaker. Mahama Yaga said that on Sunday, and a number of them that I've spoken to, including Peter Lancheni Tobu, say they are going to do the same thing. The NDP MPs have also spoken to here, including the chief whip himself, says they also clear in their mind that they constitute the majority in parliament, and the Supreme Court have spoken, and they consider what the NDC MPs are doing to be obviously going against the express orders of the Supreme Court. But they are not going to fight. They are not going to be in any confrontation. They are all going to take their seat at the majority side and also wait for the speaker. So it appears a lot is hinging now on the speaker. In fact, Frank Anodampe told me that should there be conflict and fight and melee that we've always seen in Parliament today, that should be put on the head and at the doorstep of the Speaker of Parliament. They say he's the one causing all this chaos. Those are the exact work of Frank Anodampe before Nsamadu Ejiri and the chief whip of the NPP caucus. So both sides that I've spoken to this morning say that they are the majority. Either they've cited the orders of the Speaker or the orders of the Supreme Court as basis for carrying themselves as such, and they've already taken the seat and they are waiting for the Speaker to do so, to come in. Just gone by, I was speaking to one NDC MP, the MP for Keta, who was telling me that if the Supreme Court is minded, they will perhaps have to come to the chamber to enforce that order that was made last week, Friday, at the Supreme Court, 5-0 unanimous judgment, saying the execution of the declaration made by the Speaker. Of course, there's been a lot of conversation right from Newsfile up until today, lawyers expressing opinions as to whether that was right or not. That debate can go on and on and on, but the business of the floor of the House is expected to commence in at least the next 1 hour, 40 minutes, 10 o'clock, when the House was adjourned to. But for those of you just joining, the news is that all NDC MPs who've just been allowed to enter the chamber have taken their seat on the majority side, led by their leader, Dr. Kasala Tufosin, the deputy leader, Emmanuel Lama Kufibua, as well as Kwame Gavin Sabuja, the chief whip. And then the NPP MPs who have also come in, numbering 5, have also taken their seats around the majority side, including Habib Idrisu, the first deputy whip, who is currently seated on a black chair. And so there are 2 black chairs reserved for both the minority and majority leader, both at the majority side, because no MP is willing to sit on the minority side.